Yeah, so I don't know what happened. I started digging. I was just gonna do the outline, and then I was like, why don't I just do like a little bit more digging, and then why don't I like get a good outline, and then it just kept going. I don't know, but we have so many so many leaves, so much dirt, just endless. Let me put this back on. So much dirt. We've got stone. We've got ice. I had to switch between my pickaxes multiple times, but we have all the materials we could need to start building this. Now, there's a lot more that's going to go into this, but I do think I need a break from the whole, because if we look into statistics here and we go items, let's just do times mined. We're up to like 50,000 between the two. Obviously 17,000 of this as well. And obviously all of that is not just strictly the whole, but a lot of it is. If we look at it from the sky, let me just zip over here. This is kind of what we're left with. We've got a nice big pond. Originally we just started with this river. And I did say I kind of wanted to go to that ravine, and then there was another little ravine over here, and this is what we have. Now, obviously, we're going to slope a lot of it, so I probably didn't need to cut it back as a straight wall, but I don't remember now. If I think I started doing that, and then I was like, that's too much attention to pay. It'd be better to shape it. Now, this hole in the middle here, right in this spot, I think that's a good natural spot for like the deepest part of the lake to be. So I do need to dig out like another hole kind of in the middle right there. But I think I am going to put a pause on this part of the project just for a little bit. I doubt I will finish this episode with the lake completed, but I wanted to show you a little bit about some of the things that I did while I was streaming last week, when as at least of recording this, it was just a couple days ago, but by the time this comes out, it'll probably be last week. We kind of worked on the mill yard a little bit. So we do have our water wheel up over here. You might have seen a little preview of that. I don't have it waxed or anything, so it's just kind of been going at its natural pace. Some of them are blue. We do have one that apparently does not want to convert, but I do kind of like just the stage that most of it's in right now. So once we get enough wax, we will work on that. You will notice that we do have a couple bees sticking around. So what is all of this? This is our mill yard, our lumber yard. So you can see the water wheel is powering our main base here. And, you know, I like to pretend that, oh, and all of this material is stuff that we found in the hole. But enough about that. I like to pretend that this water wheel is like turning something over here, which is turning this gear, which is powering our chainsaws here. Hello, Mr. B. We've got a bee problem in the lumberyard as well. And this is kind of a fun little creation. Let me go see if I have some bamboo. So I ran back to the base, got a little bit of bamboo. So you can see some bamboo must have just been cut. You can see it comes through here. It gets crafted. It pops up. And then it kind of goes through the flow again. And it goes into here, which then it turns into bamboo planks. So I might actually kind of revise this a little bit and hide this because, as you can see, we are hiding the redstone for this one underneath here. If I go into F4, you can see we've got some redstone down there. And that is auto crafting everything into bamboo planks. So everything comes through here and it just slowly is getting auto crafted. It's not super fast. I have a feeling I could make it much more efficient than what it currently is, but you know, it's working for my purpose in case I need to quickly grab just some bamboo planks. And it's always running, especially while I've been over there. We've got a couple new doors here. So if we come down here, you can see our bamboo. I got the idea for the mud when I was watching, if you're a Hermitcraft member fan, you can put the bamboo on the mud so that you can just have hoppers underneath pick it up. And like I said, this isn't super efficient. I'd like to get something a little bit better than this in the long run, but basically these grow up all the way and then all of the pistons fire on both sides. So if I scoot down here in FreeCam, a lot of glowstone, you can see we've got a little redstone line down here with with observers and pistons. And then we've got all sorts of pistons over here to pop these all up. And for some reason, this one didn't fire. My guess is this pulse length is just one too short to get all the way down there. But that's okay. And then we've got a little sugarcane farm over here. You can see it's just kind of very, very slowly harvesting the sugarcane. I am a little bit surprised that none of these have grown to the next level. But I do know last time I left, literally couldn't have timed it better. So now it's coming through here. At least it should have. I think it did. And you can see our little system back here picks everything up, brings it over there. These observers are going to check if anything grows in front of that. When it grows, I've got just a little pulse extension delay here because it's I think it's a 0 tick pulse. So I had to extend it. So it gets extended through here. This activates our redstone cart here, which send the cart down to the main system. That way, each time this fires, it's automatically going to send the cart away, pick everything up, come back, and just drop off here. So like I said, it's not something super efficient. It's just meant to give me a little influx of sugarcane as a passive thing. I don't remember if I showed it last episode. We'll get to this stuff in a minute. I don't remember if I showed it last episode, but I have been breeding bees and getting them ready for us to eventually make a bee farm because we're going to want a lot of honey, and I have a feeling we're going to want a lot of these honey crates, or beehives rather, because I think they look really, really nice. So coming up here, we've got our little train passage that we have here. I've got just kind of a basic lumberyard setup right here with just different logs and planks getting ready to be delivered away. And then I made this little train car. It's kind of like a little storage thing. So I did the thing with the leaves on the bottom to make it kind of look like wood chips everywhere. And then we've just got all sorts of storage. We've got like a little food cart and stuff over here, a little extra dirt, this, safety sign, of course, some storage and things like that. And then over here, we've kind of got like our tools. We've got like a little shelf in here. I'm not going to put books in there. We're just going to have that look like that. And this is all going to be kind of like the power for the train and kind of the tools that we would need. And apparently a little hay bale there too. So I thought this looked pretty nice. Long-term plans will be heading out all the way over there. I would love to just kind of go straight back and then build like a bridge into nowhere sort of thing over there. But right now, we've just kind of got this. There's a lot more detailing that needs to go on. I just kind of have the base layer with all of the gravel going down. But we've got a lot we want to do. And then if we head in here, these are all the wrong color. These all should be basically this color. So let me just... So, if we just look at it like this, I think that looks really nice there. But obviously we've done this for a while, and we've got a lot of blue kind of coming in here. We've got to wax everything up. I think I've just waxed the ones down here that haven't changed, but I need to get like a bee farm fully assembled before we go through that. I've got all sorts of villagers here that I've just been trading with to get my XP. I really want to go get netherite just for the durability, but now that I'm kind of done digging, that's okay, because almost all of my all of my XP is from trading. These books are from some cows I killed, but most of the time what I've been doing is just taking the iron from the iron farm. I'm holding both tools, as I go, and I am just like spamming trades nonstop. And then I haven't done too much with these guys up here. They're just kind of positioned up here. Just I think this looks nice. It's very open. I've got this area. This area I could technically fit a bunch more villagers in because you only need 2 blocks, right? One, two. You only need 2 blocks here. So I could put a bunch of villagers over here. I think it would be cramped, but I think it would look just fine. And it'll give us a lot of opportunity to just kind of like hide villagers in places. I love this little chandelier here. I had to put some actual lights up because the candles really don't give off light. But I thought that looked really nice. We will put like another floor up here, put some stuff over there. I'm thinking maybe the clerics, like when we get a bunch of clerics, we could put them in there. That's been my main source of redstone as well. And I was thinking about, smelting all of this raw copper, but I don't think we have a ton of need for it. And this might actually look good as like a decorative block. So I have a feeling like I'm just going to keep all of these. Yeah, we've progressed a lot. Unfortunately, a lot of it wasn't recorded, just because I did some live streaming and I've been digging the hole. So I did most of this area back here on the live stream, and my goal is going to be to live stream probably like every Wednesday. I think it's the day I've got the least amount of real world stuff not going on, so that might work out. We'll see if we can stick to that schedule. We had a wandering trader come by and give us some cherry blossoms. So I would love to get like a custom cherry blossom tree in because I love the particles. I think the particles are really nice. But I really don't want to do that until I get the whole like kind of lake bed in. Because this is probably going to curve in like, something like this. And I'm going to have to like kind of pay attention to where my picturesque part is. So this, I mean, it's really nice kind of as is, but it's kind of plain. And from down here, it really just does not look that good. I think it could look a lot better. It kind of just looks like a mess of pink right now. So if we just do like one custom large tree, I think it'll look really nice. What I'd love to do is a lot of custom trees kind of scattered around the lake, and then it can kind of fade away into the standard Minecraft trees. I think that will look nice. I've got it. We're going to build a farmhouse. I don't like that our villagers are over there. I don't like that we don't have a pumpkin and melon farm. I've been manually harvesting them forever. So I was trying to think, like, what could I do to make this look kind of how I want it, right? So what I'm thinking, we're going to cover this with a hill, and we're going to kind of make some layered hills, kind of like we have right now. We don't have a ton of elevation change, but we'll cover this in like a small hill. This will eventually slope up kind of behind it, or maybe just, maybe it'll cut through the terrain, kind of like it would in real life. It would probably stay on one level for the most part, especially with land this flat. Maybe we build a retaining wall or something like that. But for now, I think what we want to do is kind of get some rolling hills right here, and then over here, maybe even a little further this way in this area, we'll build a farmhouse, and this will kind of turn into maybe a grain silo or something like that. We were talking about making this a grain silo, but I don't like that idea. So I'm going to go ahead and get this covered, and we're going to start potentially building here. So let's get going with a quick little time lapse and just see what we can make here. What do we have here? We have a boy selling some sea pickles, huh? Perfect. Now I will be able to add these to my beautiful builds. We already have everything else in here, I believe. So, did you know what was happening? Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the one, the only, the farm. As the sun sets, and as this episode ends, we look at this beautiful, beautiful farm that we've built. I'm loving all of this. I love the path. I love our custom tree. But unfortunately, with the sun setting over our fields, we'll close out this episode of the Minecraft experience. Today we've added a fresh new farm. We've added a windmill to watch over everything, and a nice tree we can sit under when life gets a little tough. It's starting to feel like a real homestead out here. Thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to keep growing this world with you. We'll see you next time.